Today's reading is from St. Matthew, chapter 23. Jesus told the crowds and the disciples, "The religious scholars and the Pharisees have succeeded Moses as teachers. Therefore, perform every observance they tell you to. But don't follow their example. Even they don't do what they say. They tie up heavy loads and lay them on others' shoulders, while they themselves will not lift a finger to help alleviate the burden. All their works are performed to be seen. They widen their flatteries and wear huge tassels. They are fond of places of honor at banquets and the front seats in synagogues. They love respectful greetings in public and being called rabbi. But as for you, avoid the title rabbi, for you have only one teacher, and you are all sisters and brothers. And don't call anyone on earth your mother or father. You have only one parent, our loving God in heaven. Avoid being called leaders. You have only one leader, the Messiah. The greatest among you will be the one who serves the rest. Those who exalt themselves will be humbled, but those who humble themselves will be exalted. Woe to you, religious scholars and Pharisees, you frauds! You shut the doors of heaven's kingdom in people's faces, neither entering yourselves nor allowing others to enter who want to. Woe to you, religious scholars and Pharisees, you frauds! You go on and on with prayer for show, all the while devouring the only security that widows have, their houses. You, therefore, will be given the greater punishment. Woe to you, religious scholars and Pharisees, you frauds! You travel over land and over sea to make a single convert, and once that person is converted, you create a proselyte twice as wicked as yourselves. Woe to you, blind guides! You say, if anyone swears by the temple, it means nothing. But if anyone swears by the gold of the temple, that person is bound by oath. You blind fools, for which is of greater worth, the gold or the temple that makes the gold sacred? You also say, if anyone swears by the altar, it means nothing. But those who swear by the gift on the altar are bound by their oath. Hypocrites! Which is greater, the offering or the altar which makes the offering sacred? Those who swear by the altar are swearing by it and by everything on it. Those who swear by the temple are swearing by it and by the one who dwells there. Those who swear by heaven are swearing by God's throne and by the one who is seated on it. Woe to you, religious scholars, and you Pharisees, you frauds! You pay your tithes on mint, dill, and cumin, while neglecting the weightier matters of the law, justice, mercy, and faithfulness. These you should have practiced without neglecting the others. You blind guides, you strain out gnats, but swallow camels in the process. Woe to you, religious scholars and Pharisees, you frauds! You clean the outside of the cup and the dish, leaving the inside filled with plunder and lust. Blind Pharisees, first clean the inside of the cup so that the outside may become clean as well. Woe to you, religious scholars and Pharisees, you frauds! You are like whitewashed tombs, beautiful to look at on the outside, but on the inside full of filth and the bones of the dead. In the same way you present a holy exterior to others, but on the inside you are full of hypocrisy and wickedness. Woe to you, religious scholars and Pharisees, you frauds! You build tombs for the prophets and decorate monuments of holy people, saying, we never would have joined in shedding the blood of the prophets had we lived in our ancestors' days. Ha! Your own evidence testifies against you. You are the descendants of those who murdered the prophets. Now it's your turn. Finish what your ancestors started. You snakes, you brood of vipers, how can you escape eternal damnation? Look then, I'm sending you prophets, sages, and religious scholars, some of whom you'll murder and crucify, some you'll whip in your synagogues, some you'll hunt down from town to town, and thus you will call down upon yourselves the guilt of all the righteous blood shed on earth, beginning with the blood of Abel the righteous, up to the blood of Zechariah ben Berechiah, the one you murdered between the temple and the altar. The truth is, all of this will happen to this generation. Oh, Jerusalem, Jerusalem, you murder the prophets and you stone those sent to you. Oh, how often have I yearned to gather you together, like a hen gathering her chicks under her wings, but you would have none of it. Therefore, your house is being left to you abandoned. I tell you, you will not see me again until you say, "Blessed is the one who comes in the name of our God." Here ends the reading.